What not to do when you're applying for a job. Good evening, sessionistas and photogs, and welcome to Photogs Life. My name is Chris Calumbiran, and I'm the chief photographer and founder of Chris Calumbiran FZE. Please follow our social media pages, links down below. The purpose of this vlog is for us to learn about entrepreneurship and about our careers. This season or this series is about looking for work or looking for a job. You can listen to this anytime you would like. We usually upload during a Friday. You can listen to this during your found time. Found time is when you are doing a mundane task that you can listen or learn, and we would like to help you finish that task that you have. You may be at work or you may be at home. You can learn at the same time you are listening to this podcast. So if you find it very entertaining and useful, please do hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, and also please share it to your loved ones and friends. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the topic. The research material came from thebalancedcareers.com. It was written by Miss Allison Doyle. What not to do when you're applying for jobs, thebalancedcareers.com. Originally, this is a 13 list, and I have shortened it to 7 because for me it's kind of like almost the same stuff in each numbers. So let's start. Number 1, submitting your resume with typos or submitting your application letter with typographical error. So try to look for someone who would help you correct your resume, because it's a waste. Before sending it, make sure it's technically sound or technically correct, or, well, not super duper technically correct, but something that is appropriate for the position that you are joining. Because there is some kind of like a technicality when it comes to resume submitting. It can be creative, but make sure that grammatically it is sound. So look for someone who is proficient in the language and try to have it written in a professional manner. Like in photography sense, when they say, "Can I take your picture?" Instead of saying, "Can I take your picture?" you can say like, "Can I invite you for a portrait session?" Something like this. Number 2, not researching about the company you're applying to. It will definitely help if when you get called for an interview and do some research about it, what industry, of course, what industry you're applying to, the history of the company and the story about the company and the company's culture, so that you would be able to have a grasp of what really they are looking for. It's very important. Number 3, taking advantage of your connections. Taking advantage of your connection, or shall I say, do it properly. You can take advantage with your connection, but don't do that way of shortcut. Like if you know someone in the company, immediately you would think that you are already hired. Try to do it properly in the proper channels. Play fair, shall I say. And also like, if you're going to let others know that you are applying for work, or if you're doing job search, obviously if you're currently employed, you would not announce everybody that you are applying for work or looking for another job, because that will make you sound not good, of course. Quantity over quality. Your connections, but those connections who are really gonna be helpful for your application, in a sense that we're not taking advantage of them too much. Number 4, very important for me, dressing appropriately. Dressing appropriately for a job, meaning to say you're not wearing a tuxedo, or you're not wearing a rubber shoes on your suit. Just dress appropriately for the industry that you're working to, that you're applying to. This can be a different topic if you would like me, especially men, if you want me to give you tips on how to dress properly during an interview, I would like to help you. What colors are really good details in your suit or your dress. Very important, especially when it comes to ladies. Make sure that it's not a plunging neckline or it's below the knee skirt, and obviously the proper shoes. You can rule the world with the proper shoes. So number five. Okay, so this I enumerated it and put it all in one because it's a long list. Acting unprofessionally. You do not want to act unprofessionally during a job interview or if you're looking for a work. Like it's the sense of bringing food and drinks. It's not a picnic. You can have your drink after or before or while you're in the waiting room, but not bring your lunch. Bring your friends or your parents, especially those young ones who are doing their first interview. You should not bring your parents with you. This is not school or university anymore, right? Being on the mobile phone or gadgets. You don't want to be in with a headphone or you always on the mobile all the time. It annoys me if someone that I am with is always on the mobile phone. It annoys the heck out of me. Although, I would like to spend time conversing wisely, conversing properly or something. But being on the phone all the time, anyway, that's how we live now. Number six, not being honest. Not being honest about your capabilities. People lie about their capabilities and also their what you call this record in university or their education attainment. People lie about that. Don't lie. I hate people who lies. Capabilities, availability. Yeah, make sure when they're filling up a position, you are aware of the availability and be honest with that. Employment history. Yes, employment history is very important also because if the employer likes you, they will look for you. They will do a reference check. They will call your people who knows you or the people who employed you for your history. So you have to be honest when it comes to that. Not knowing how to negotiate salary properly. Yes, that's a big it can be a deal breaker if you're asking already for the salary even though the the interview hasn't started yet. Make sure that it's kind of like wait for the interviewee to open it for you, or you have an idea of the salary that it takes in your industry or in your position, and try not to sound cheap in a sense. But anyway, there you have it. That's 7 what not to do when you're applying for a job. So thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And if you find this vlog very interesting and useful for you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends and families. Thank you very much and have a great day. Cheers.